Hello to all my regular viewers who clicked on this video. I realize the subject matter might not be the most interesting thing ever, and I do appreciate your support. Thank you. To everyone else who clicked on this video because you really want to know how to silence that annoying voice on your heater controller, I am going to respectfully not waste your time, and in return I ask that you do two simple things for me. First off, click that like button. It's right down there. It's free, easy to do, just takes a second. Go click on it and it will help me out. Second thing being, don't subscribe to my channel unless you think you're actually going to watch the videos. Subscribing to a channel and then not watching the content is actually more harmful than not subscribing. So if you think you want to watch diesel heater content and maybe the odd tool review, go check out a couple of my other videos. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe and we'd be happy to have you. Like I said, I'm not going to waste your time, so let's get right into it. I have a Vever Bluetooth heater controller as well as a Max Speeding Rods version, and so we are going to get into both of those. Your controller might be the same, even if it is not one of these brands. If it has that annoying voice that says start heating, stop heating, I wish you a safe journey, then this is probably going to be for you. Let's do this. This is the Vever Bluetooth controller. I'm going to show you the Max Speeding Rods one next. So the first thing you want to do is hit the power button. We're going to wait for her to say start heating or whatever she says.
Start heating.
And then as soon as she says that, we can push the down arrow and the menu button. And it will give us a V and then German, VGE. Push and hold it again. It will say Russian, V Russian. And then we push it again and it says off. V off or OF. Then we can power it off and the most beautiful thing happens. No voice. Remember, leave a thumbs up on the video. If this is all you needed, feel free to leave now. If you want to see more diesel heater content, feel free to check out one of my playlists. Now we are going to go check out the Max Speeding Rods heater. Again, there is that annoying voice that you guys have asked me to silence, and so we are going to do it on this controller. It's basically the same thing, except you press the gear, which is the menu button, and the down arrow. So, again, it has to be powered on, so we power it on, wait for her to say her thing.
Start heating.
As soon as she's done talking, we push the gear button and down arrow at the same time. It will say VGN, which is German. I'm going to show you guys that it talks in German if you shut it down now. Okay, let's turn it back on and then we will shut it off. Okay. Gear button and down button. Russian. Gear button and down button. Off. And then the power button. Once again, and the power button. No voice. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Once again, if this helped you out, please remember to leave a like on the video. It's the least you can do. It doesn't cost you anything. It only takes a second. If you think you might be interested in some diesel heater content, then feel free to go check out one of my playlists. And if you like it, then we would be happy to have you here. For all of my loyal viewers who want to see more, I'm actually going to throw in some clips. The other day, I thought I had this figured out. I've had a whole bunch of people in the comment section basically really annoyed about this voice. And at first I was kind of like, why would anybody be bothered about this voice? And yeah, somebody finally in one of the comments said that the other night it woke them up and completely freaked them out because they were sleeping. And I'm always thinking, okay, this thing's in my garage, and it's in my truck. But people use these in their houses and in their campers and whatever. And so in the middle of the night, if you have the heater turning off and saying that it wishes you a safe journey, especially if it's doing it in German. Wow. But in all seriousness, yeah, I can see how that would be pretty freaky if you're in the middle of the night, silent except for the noise of your heater, and then all of a sudden there's some lady talking. So yeah, I've been trying to figure this out. I was actually going to take one of these apart and risk breaking it to desolder the speaker. And before I did that, I had a comment. Somebody commented really annoyed with the voice and left a comment. And I was like, you know what? I was responding to comments on my videos and I decided I'm going to come out to the garage and try to figure this out. I remembered that some controllers can actually be disconnected once the heater is up and running. And so I thought to myself, you could put a switch on it, or you could even use like an RF switch of some sort so that you could actually start the heater up and then disconnect the controller. Anyway, that's the footage that you guys are about to see. I know some of you probably want a longer video, so here's that footage for you guys. I'll see you in a few minutes. While playing around with my diesel heater well over a year ago, I came across something that is fairly interesting, and that is on at least my old heater, I could actually disconnect the controller after firing it up. So I would fire it up with the buttons on the controller, and then I could actually disconnect the controller and it would keep working perfectly fine. So recently I've been using this Vever Bluetooth controller, and some people have been complaining about the voice that it makes, and then recently I got somebody asking me about shutting the lights off or killing power to the controller to conserve battery. And although I don't really think it's worthwhile because the controller consumes almost no power, I am really curious to see what is going to happen coming up next. So what I'm going to try to do next, we're going to leave the app open and screen recording, and I am actually going to pull the connection for the controller. You will see this controller power off, and we're going to see if we stay connected. This is pretty interesting. I am very curious. Aha! We appear to be still connected, folks. Oh, we're not. Connection disconnected, so let's try to power it on. Nope, can't do it. I'm curious to see if the heater will continue to operate once we've powered it on. So I'm going to power it on by pushing this button, and then I'm going to disconnect the controller.
Start heating.
Wait for the fan to start. And now I'm going to pull the connector. The heater is running. As you guys can see, it will continue to run without the controller hooked up, but it needs the controller to tell it to start. Interesting. Very interesting. Glow plug is powered on, as you can see. So, okay, it's detecting something. Let's plug it back in. It might be detecting that there's no controller. This is not a good video for right now, Joel. You moron. I have other things to do. I'm in the middle of actually shooting 2 other videos and some other projects, so it's probably not the smartest thing to be working on right now. However, it would be really neat if we could get that to work. Possibly what you could do is actually connect a switch in line to one of the wires to the controller. Then once you have it fired up and running, flick that switch. I'm guessing that because the thermometer is in the controller, it's actually going to cause some problems. There you have it, folks. I finally figured it out. I figured it out by toying around with this Max Peating Rods heater. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but I've been having a few issues with this heater, and I was trying to figure something else out with the controller before emailing them and saying, hey, what's the deal? And while I was trying to figure that thing out, I figured this out, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've got it. And then I, for some reason, couldn't figure out how to do it. I had forgotten how to do it, or I accidentally got into the menu. So then, yeah, anyway, Now we all know how to do it. I am very happy about this. I'm sure a whole bunch of people are going to be happy about this, and most of those people aren't watching this. It's only you loyal followers, very likely, who have made it all the way to the end of the video. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys watching my videos and commenting and leaving likes is the reason why I do this. Yeah, I don't just talk to a camera because I like talking to a camera. I talk to a camera because you guys are all behind there listening to what I say and talking to me in the comments and all that stuff. So thank you. I do appreciate it. That is going to do it for this one. See you next time.